Hey everybody, it's Marlene. Welcome to Open Panel Wednesday, where we talk all kinds of things. What's going on today? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. I was running late today, had some errands that I had to run, so I'm sorry that I was not able to come on live at the 2 p.m. point, but I'm getting myself together. I'll be on camera in a second. I did drop the link into the chat, so anybody who would like to, as long as you're respectful, you can come up and we can chit chat. Hope everybody's doing great today. Welcome to the stream today. And I got to say thank you to all the people who are new to my channel. I'm seeing that I'm having a lot of new subscribers coming to my channel. People are watching my shorts. People are watching my vlogs, not only recent, but also past vlogs. So thank you guys so much for your support of this channel. Right now on my channel, I'm trying to get to my watch hours. That's the only thing that I need because I have my 1K. I just need my 4,000 watch hours. So I got to say thank you to everybody who's been playing my playlist. Thank you all so much for your support. I'm not saying this is the whole amount of people, but I got to say shout out to Team Bill with Geo. Geo, thank you so much for your support. Always playing my playlist and chilling with the realist Mary B and Anthony Holmes, Lisby Journey. They've been playing my play. She has been playing my playlist. So yeah. Hey, CC. Fashion is my passion. If you're available, you can come up and chit chat if you would like to. I put the link right here. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well and you're having a great Wednesday so far. I was getting myself together. I was busy on the road running some errands. That's why I was running late. I couldn't make that 2 p.m. time. You know, we're busy people, and especially these days, we're busy women wearing all the hats of all the things that we have to do for ourselves and our families. So, yeah, I'm so glad that you're here with me hanging out. How has your week been, Cece? Hope it's been great. Mine has been great as well. I'm good, girl. How are you? I'm fantastic. Now that I'm here, now that I'm here now, as we're running around, you all ever just ripping and roaring all over the place. You got to take care of this, go pay this bill, go to the grocery store, take care of all your odds and ends. So you're just ripping all over the place. So now I'm here, I'm unsettled. I can sit down and take a moment and breathe, relax, and check in with all of my gems, which is what I call my subscribers. I call all y'all gems because I treasure each and every one of your support. Now I'm on my road to my 4K watch hours. I believe the last time I checked, my watch hours was like 1,200 watch hours. So I have a ways to go, but I'm getting there little by little. So thank you all so much for joining me here. Just wanted to check in on you guys. Hope you got your week is going good. I hope your family is doing well. I've been hearing some things here on the YouTube streets. I just got to give my condolences to Kicking It with the Rooks. I think it is the father-in-law that is that had passed away. So my condolences to your family for real. My support and love, and may peace be with you and your family at this tough time. Oh, it's all good. Charge your phone. Yeah, so I made it to my 1K, And now I'm just trying to get to my 4,000 watch hours. For me, that has been my beast right now, getting to these 4,000 watch hours. But I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Anybody who wants to, you could click on the link, or I'll just be here chit chatting. You guys could just listen into the discussion and support me in the comment section. But what I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about today, what I was thinking about. I had a situation come up with me in my life, and I want to ask you guys' opinion. I'm never going to call names or do anything like that because I'm not that type of person. But what do you guys think about, friendships? What is the classification? What would you really call a friend? Because I hear a lot of people say this person is my friend, but what qualifies a person to be a friend? What does somebody have to do to be a friend? I went through something recently, and it's like this person, I'll just say it this way. I feel like somebody in my life, like everything that I do, they're always, I don't want to say it in a way that's nasty or negative. I like to be a person to think about what I say before I say it. But I think that this person is a person who is envious of me or jealous of me. And I don't know why, because I'm not that type of friend to like show off. Or when I consider my friends, I ask them, would you like to go with me? Would you like to do something? So I don't really understand why I'm getting like some aggression toward from this individual. I don't know what's going on with them. Everybody has their own issues, but I just want to ask you guys, like, what is your definition of a good friend? Cece said, you will get there. That 4,000 hours is just so hard. Geez, they need to change that. I agree too. Yeah, a good friend is loyalty. I agree with that. For me, that was something that like when because people say really easily, they let that roll off their tongue and say somebody is my friend, but are they really? Do we just easily call people our friends, or do you feel that people aren't really your friends? I think most people that we know are associates and not friends. Hey Edward, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hey Boss Life Online, welcome. Y'all are welcome to come up. I put the invite link here. I'll drop it again if anybody would like to come up, because it's Open Panel Wednesday. Sometimes people are secretly envious of you, no matter how they try to act as if they aren't. They are. Yeah. But I don't understand, because I'm not that type of friend. I'm like, honestly, how you guys see me is how I really am. I check on my friends. I ask them how they're doing. Is there anything that you need? Like, I try to be supportive, like I would like to be supported. And I'm just asking you, like, what qualities are you looking for in your friend? Because I think sometimes I feel like I'm a really good friend, but I feel like I don't get back a really good friend. And sometimes I guess you gotta back up from people sometimes and let them miss you sometimes. Edward says a friend is there for you during good times and bad. Yeah, good, not just the good times. And that's usually what it is that most people, they always want to be there like when everything is fantastic. Like, say something big happened to you, you get married, you buy a home, you graduate, you get a new car, you have a child, your child leaves, you're vacationing and having fun. Those are the awesome times to have a friend. But for me, a friend is shown in those hard times, in those dark times, especially those times of grief, losing a loved one, a divorce, or a child moving out, because it's like now you're an empty nester. There's a lot of times where you really need a friend, or you're on some hard times, whether financially or maybe you're dealing with a health problem. I want to know what you guys think. You are truly a sweet person. I know that just by being here on YouTube, you're very supportive. I try to be. And I feel like a lot of times I'm not, it's no shade to men, but I'm not a man. I'm a woman. And I try to, be supportive of my friends. I ask them, how's everything going? But I feel like sometimes I don't get back that same thing. So I have really great friends and awesome friends, and they know who they are. But it's like if I don't always ask, hey, how are you doing? How's everything going? I don't get the same back. And to me, I feel like that's not, I don't know. I feel like sometimes that's not a friend. Oh, we got Geo here in the background. Let's invite her up. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey,
What's
what's up, friend?
up, friend? So let's talk about this. What do you have to say, Gio? I'll let you have the floor.
About a friend. Child, my
About a friend. What
my,
is a
my
friend?
well, friend could be loyalty,
Yeah.
loyal, uh, person that you could talk to and tell stuff to that it don't get back to, you know, anybody. Actually,
Hmm.
if you tell them something real personal, uh, friend is somebody that if you haven't heard from them in a couple of days, they check on you, whether it be
Hmm.
social media or give yourself or give them a phone call. You know, a friend is there financially if you need it. You know,
Hmm.
and they don't truly ask if Marlene, if you call me and say you need $40 or $50, I'm gonna say okay. I'm not gonna
Right.
ask you why you need it or anything like that because we are friends. You understand what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
You
If you
don't think
call,
twice.
huh?
You don't think twice about it.
No, I wouldn't. And
Hmm.
and it's just like my baby sister Annette. If she called and asked me for some money, I give it to her. One
Hmm.
of the reasons that I do that is because she pay you back.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I think that's that right there. Not just the money part, Gio, but I feel like sometimes we can be a really good friend to somebody, but we're not getting back that reciprocation. And I'm not saying you have to get back exactly. I don't mean you have to give me exactly what I give to you, but I mean, can you call me or text me sometimes? If you're always the person to always be the one to say, hey, all the time, I don't feel like that's a friendship.
No, because it's one sided.
Yeah. And what Cece said, if this friend is showing sometimes, if this friend is showing sometimes showing some aggression, is something they want to say but don't know how. You may have to say to them, "What's your problem?"
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Sometimes some people need to be checked. Hey,
Yeah,
Kelly King. Hey, Tamika. Welcome, guys. Go
if they
ahead, Gio.
can't, okay, if they are throwing shade at you, you
Hmm.
know when shade is thrown at you,
Hmm.
they can't congratulate you on nothing. You the one that's doing all the calling and trying to find, inviting and this and that. Then it's something up with that. I went over that with on jealousy. That sounds like envious, some sort of jealousy there, or maybe they don't just care for you like that.
Hmm. But okay, so I guess my question really is, if a person really doesn't like you and they're not trying to be there for you like that, why do they keep coming around? What do they want? What is the intention?
Child, that's what you got to ask them.
Hmm. Okay. Because I don't feel good about this person that's a supposed friend in my life. Like if I don't say hi, they don't say hi. But then when I say hi, it's like it's constant, like ping, ping, ping. Oh yeah, and this and this and this and this and this and this. But it's not. They never will ask me how I'm doing, if I'm okay. Do I need something?
because
So,
they're into them. They don't
yeah.
eat. Let me tell you something. When I was in therapy, I used to complain about that.
Mhm.
Like and it was one of my family members.
Okay.
Okay. And I could be there for her. But if I say something this or oh, this is going on in my life, and I just want to talk. Oh, let God handle it. Don't worry about it. But girl, let me tell you about what's happening in my life. I met this guy. I mean, like what I was talking about wasn't nothing. It didn't even.
Oh, so you were like that. She just pushed everything aside.
Right. So my therapist told me that and it hurts because you've been there for that person, but that person wasn't there for you, and everything that you say don't matter. She just throw it to the side like it don't matter. And then you don't matter. It makes you feel that way.
Hmm.
Okay. And so my therapist, I asked her about it, and actually I really sit there and cried about it because it was a family member and I love this person. You just can't.
Hmm.
I couldn't just walk away like I wanted to because this person is actually was one of my sisters.
Okay.
Okay, so my therapist told me, Gio, I know that it hurts and you want that person to be there, but that person don't even know how to be there for themselves.
Mm.
So how can they be there for you? They don't know how. It took me a long time at least over a year to really let that sink in my mind because see, my therapist to me ain't she don't know what she talking about. I'm gonna try to have to change my sister.
Oh
But
yeah.
I couldn't because that's not my job. That's a job for God. I need to
Hmm.
just let her be where she is. But it took me within that year, it took me a long time to stop expecting what I couldn't get from her.
Hmm.
So I did not, when I go over there, now she's much, much better.
Okay.
Okay. But back then, when I used to go over there, I just didn't talk about myself because I would feel some type of way when she threw me to the side and I felt like nothing.
Yeah.
So I had to let her be where she was. And then after like a solid year, I got over. You know what I'm saying, Marlene? I got
Right.
over trying to get something I couldn't get because she didn't know how to be there for herself.
Oh, hold on. We got Cece.
Hey,
Hey, Cece.
Hey,
hey, how are
Cece,
you,
girl.
ladies?
You look pretty.
Thank you. I don't feel pretty today. I feel tired. This
Oh well, you
losing
don't
this
look like it.
losing this hour, 1 hour time
Hmm.
changes. Whew.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm sorry, Gio. Did you finish what you were saying?
Well,
Oh,
Did
I
I
was
cut you
just,
off?
yeah, I want to just continue to say that I had to stop expecting for her to be there for me, but it took time for me to for that behavior to take place because I had to learn how not to go over there and say something what problems I was having and wanting her to listen because every time she would throw me to the side and didn't want to
Hmm.
listen
go ahead.
to what I was going through and just say what she was going through. So
Right.
once I figured that out, that she just don't know no better and she can't be there for herself, I'm grateful that I know how to be there for somebody.
Right.
Well, first of all, I know how to be there for myself.
Hmm.
And so once I understood that, I didn't have no, I wasn't mad at her anymore. I kind of felt like, man, you need to try to go to therapy or whatever. But she thought she was fine. So I didn't say a darn thing.
Oh,
I just let her ride until she figured out
right.
what was wrong. And now it's so much, we have such a great relationship because
Well,
I
that's
didn't try to
good.
change her. I
Well, I
just,
think I think that's my issue that I'm having right now. I have a hard time saying, not saying they disappointed me, but expressing that you're not giving me love the way I need to receive it. Because I think a lot of times, especially as women, we feel like people, if you've known me for a long time, you should know what I need. And I get frustrated sometimes, like, how do you not know I need you to call me or be a good friend? So go ahead, Cece. What were you saying?
No, I just wanted to chime in right quick. Sometimes I think that, sometimes it's hard to express what it is that you need from someone. And that doesn't have to be just a friendship, that could be in a relationship, that could be in a working environment situation. I think that you need to write it down. What it is that you need from this person. And you may need to send it to them either in a letter or a text, or just write down how you feel, and then maybe transfer how you feel in those same words to that other person. But you have to say it, because if you don't say it, it's always going to be the elephant in the room in the relationship or the friendship.
Well, I have said, I was like, how come you don't call me? How come you don't
Oh,
text
okay.
me? I have
Okay.
said that. And then
Okay.
it's always an excuse, I'm busy
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
this and I'm that. But it's like, but I feel, I guess right now I'm to the point where I'm full. Like, that's not a good enough excuse for me, because everybody is busy and has
Yeah.
things to do.
People make time for what they want to make time
Right.
for. So
Well,
if
that's
you've already expressed it and you keep getting the excuses, then you know what it's time for you to do.
Yeah.
Back up
Yeah.
and leave
yeah.
them, give them 50 feet. Now stop
Mhm.
being a friend. But in other words, if you don't reach for me, I can't reach for you.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with CC because
Yeah.
I had you. Are you done, CC? I'm
Yes, yes,
sorry.
ma'am. I'm done. Go ahead, babe.
Okay, I had a friend way back. Oh, we were a good friend, girl. We used to go out and party down and drink ourselves silly and flirt and get on the dance floor. We didn't need no guy to dance with us. She was my
Mhm.
ace boom coon partner. But through the years, she stayed the same, and I
Mhm.
grew up.
Oh.
You
Now that
understand
happens.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And for some reason, our friendship wasn't fitting like a glove anymore because she
Um,
was doing the same things and I was moving on with my own business. I had been meeting new people. I was talking to winners. I was thinking healthier. I wanted
mhm.
my dreams. And she was just in the same spot.
Okay.
So she used to call me and say, you really think you're something. You just this
Oh.
and you're just that. And I used to say, well, Peaches, I'm just not that same person anymore. I don't want to go out to the clubs and jump up on the dance floor and shake my butt and go down, drop it like it's hot and all these types of things anymore. My hip won't let me drop it like it's hot now. But I'm just saying, I changed because of
Mhm.
therapy. I changed. I went after what I wanted, but she stayed the same. And yes, she
Mhm.
gave me grief about it, but now she don't even call me anymore. And to be honest with you, I'm glad because
Right.
we're not our friendship.
Has changed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And
and
that
maybe
happens.
and maybe that's happening with you where you didn't move down. I
Mhm.
don't know what kind of friendship you have with this person, but you have to think about it in all kinds of angles.
I know.
And if they
Right.
can't make no time for you, I agree with CC. It's time to move on.
Yeah. I think that's where I am right now in my life, because I'm working on my business. Things good things are happening for me. I'm getting into my vision. I've started to write my book again. I'm doing things with my life. I'm trying to progress. I'm getting my degree. I'm doing lots of things behind the scenes. Like, I got
Mm-hmm.
a lot of stuff lined up, and it's like I'm taking 20 minutes out of my day. I do that every day. I take 20 minutes out of the day and I have a whole list. And I said, let me check on Geo and check on this and check. So I go down my whole list. I was like, and it doesn't even take long, 15, 20 seconds. Hey girl, how you
Right.
doing? That's it. I was like, you can't give me 15 or 20 seconds to say, hey girl. I was like, I don't get that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to beg for anybody's attention.
Hmm.
It has to be genuine. You're a genuine person, and I know that just from getting to know you on this platform. That's just who you are. You're a genuine person. And what I have learned about people, which has always been hard for me, I was just telling my mother this other day. I have an issue with letting things go when people do things to me. And I
Okay.
have to really work on that. But I also am a very genuine, loving person, and you are too.
Oops.
Hey, is she frozen?
Yeah, she froze.
Okay, she'll come back.
Right.
Hey to everybody in the chat. I hope everybody's doing good.
Oh, there you go.
Cece, I hope you come back. Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Mary
here. Can
B.
you see me?
Oh, okay. You were frozen
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Keep on
yes.
going.
But so I just think that you're genuine, and I think that sometimes we want other people to be how we are, and
Hmm.
they're just not, and that's something that we have to, unfortunately,
Oops.
way,
Yeah.
but a friend who loves you and cares about you, if that's somebody that you talk to every day, you're gonna talk to them every day. It don't matter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 That's how I feel too. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not like saying, oh, I want you to call me every day and speak to me 20, 30 minutes, but a text message to say, hey, how's your day going? Or whatever, because that's what a friend is. Some days you're gonna have good days, some days you're gonna have bad days. And you should have people to be like, today's not a good day. And then your friend should come in and say, what can I do to help you?
Yeah. And if you had been doing that,
Mm-hmm.
or had some type of kind of camaraderie where you all were doing that, and now it's not being reciprocated or not being done, I can see why how that could hurt your feelings,
Yeah.
because I certainly would hurt mine. But at the same
Mhm.
time, you have to then say, I need to step back,
Will do.
because I'm putting in. It's just like if you were in a relationship with a man, you doing everything and he's not doing as much, or he's doing less. At some point, you're gonna feel like, what am I doing? I'm doing
Mhm.
it all, and you ain't doing nothing. You're not gonna want to keep being bothered with him. So it's the same way with a girlfriend. You don't
Yeah.
reach for me, I can't reach for you. And then I'm like, let me just
Yeah.
back up. Now, don't mean that I don't like you. Don't mean that I don't love you as my girl, as my friend. But hey, the same energy you giving is the same that you getting ready to get.
Right. Right. So I guess that's where I am. I think it sometimes you got things that's going on in your head and you need to talk with somebody to say like, is it just me? Like I like my friends to keep it real with me. Like, am I tripping? Like, am I asking too much or is what I'm thinking the right way? So,
I don't think you tripping. And
okay.
I don't think that your feelings are not valid. They are. They're valid because it's the way that you feel, And if
Mhm.
that other person can't meet the need, or they feel that you are too needy, or you're too clingy, or you need them too much, then they need to say to you, listen, it's nothing personal, but I have this going on, I have that going on, but I'm going to do better as a friend to make
Mhm.
sure that I'm showing up. And meaning by that means that I'm texting, that I'm responding, I just, it's nothing personal. I just got a lot going on. And a lot of times a lot of people do have a lot going on. But if
Right.
we friends and we in a relationship, whether we in a relationship or whether I'm in a friendship, I need you to tell me that.
Mhm.
I need to
Right.
hear that. I don't
Yeah.
want to assume anything. I want you to tell me what it is, because I don't want to be the only one putting in anything, and you're not putting any in anything either. So
Mhm.
it has to be reciprocated. It cannot, like Gio said, it cannot be one sided. And if that's how it is, and if
Yeah.
that's how you know that it's gonna be,
Yeah.
then you deal with them accordingly.
Yeah. I was like, because before, like, all of this stemmed from like, as soon as I told them that I was in school, because I'm going back for my bachelor's degree. And I noticed since then it's been less and less communication because I'm like, oh, this test is hard. Oh, I'm doing this. Like, she doesn't want to hear that because she's always said she wants to go to school, but she doesn't have the support. So my sister was saying she may be jealous of you that you are able to go to school and she wants to go to school and she can't. So I don't know if that's what it is, but I'm like, but
Well,
you
like,
don't have to. I was like, but you don't have to be that way, girl.
but
You'll get there one day. I'm there. I'll be there to support you then.
but sometimes people are angry or jealous or envious of the fact that you are doing something that they want to do. And instead of saying, man, I wish I could go to school, or man, I wish I could go back to school. Instead of her saying that, instead she's doing the thing of, I'm just going, you know, I'm gonna
Yeah,
pedal back.
she's
I'm gonna
ghosting
drop
me
her.
now.
Huh?
I said she's ghosting me now.
Yeah, yeah. And that's not a friend. I'm sorry, that's not a friend. You know how many I have so many friends that have gotten married. I said I wanted to get married. So many of my friends has got married when I've said that. I lost a good friend who I thought was a good friend when I got pregnant because she
Mm.
wanted a child. We are not friends to this day. And my son is 15.
Wow.
She dropped me when I got pregnant. I was like, girl, I don't even want to be pregnant. You want to be pregnant? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Oh
yeah,
my
she stopped
God.
talking. She stopped talking to me once she found out I was pregnant, and I would like send her the ultrasound
Mm-hmm.
pictures or talk about the baby. She dropped
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yeah. So she
So
was
she wasn't
jealous of
never
what
really
you
my
had.
friend.
Yeah, she was never your friend.
Yeah,
And
and I'm gonna say that she might have been my friend, but maybe it was so much internal, like with this person, maybe it was just so much internal uh want for that she just didn't know how to handle that, so she couldn't be around the person that was having what it was that she so desired.
right.
And
Yeah.
But
you know,
that's
Yeah,
that's what I think.
that's what I think because Mary B says this sometimes jealousy gets in the way of friendships.
right.
Hmm.
It gets in the way of everything. Jealousy
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
worse than a poisonous snake.
Well,
Yeah, it is. It is real. That's a real thing. But I don't know. I guess it's because I'm just at a place in my life where I feel like I've been through the hardest parts of my life, grief and breakups and all of this. And I'm at a place in my life right now where I'm really happy with who I am. I'm
But
really happy with the things that I have because I've worked hard to achieve it. But don't
but
think
see,
that like I just
but
got this life just
but
like
you're
that.
but you're happy and she's not.
Oh.
See, that's the difference.
Mhm.
You're happy. She's not happy.
Okay.
So see,
yes.
you're dealing with
That's the
somebody who,
difference.
yeah, that's the difference. You have peace, you have solidarity, you know what you want to do, you know where you want to go, and you achieving it, and you know how you're gonna get it. She
Okay.
hasn't figured that out, and you
Okay.
can't figure that out for her. So you dealing with a person
Mhm.
who's very unhappy in their life and where they are, and she wants, and what she's mad about is that you're not where she is.
Oh. See, but the whole thing is that I used to be just where she was, but I made a decision that I'm not going to make excuses anymore.
But did you hear what you just said? You made the decision that you did not want to stay where she is. So
Mhm.
now you made a decision to move
Yeah.
on and to move forward, and she's still stuck there. And I'm gonna tell you, people that are stuck don't want people to become unstuck. They want you to be
Oh,
stuck wherever they are. And when you're not stuck no more, they don't want to be bothered with
yeah.
you no more.
Yeah. Because I didn't hear, but somebody said, "Oh, Marlene thinks she's all that now." And I was like, "Wow."
There you go.
And I was
I would have
like,
told them yes. Marlene is all that. I
And
am.
then some.
Yeah, and 15, 25, 30 bags of
I
chips.
know, but
You
y'all
know,
know I'm not one of those. That's not me. I'm not one of those
Listen,
chicks. I'm not the ones who are like, yeah, I'm this and that's not me.
no, no,
That's not
no.
me.
You're not. But see, this is. I'm gonna say this to you, and I hope you will receive this. I just told my mother this yesterday. I said I am not going to apologize to nobody for me being who I am, and
Mhm.
neither should you. Who you are is who you are, and people can say, "Oh, you think you
Your
all this
your
and you
phone's
all that."
breaking up, Cece.
Oh, it sure is.
Your phone is breaking up like your signal's going in and out.
Okay, wait a minute. Can you hear me now?
I hear you, but Gio, is it just me? Do you hear it too?
I don't know. I hear the
Yeah,
same.
you should go out and come back
Yeah,
in.
go out and come back, Cece.
Okay.
Well, you know what I always say, Marlene. Before
Mhm.
I did not love myself enough to know that I'm good enough. Some people don't know how to love themselves to know that they're good enough. So when people say to me, Gio thinks she's something, the first thing I say, well, don't be getting mad at me because I'm using my gifts that God gave me. You need to dig deep and find yours. Take yourself to
Mhm.
therapy like I did. Learn how to think healthy. You know, most people don't even want to look inside. They rather just be jealous. They rather just
Yeah.
be mad at somebody else so that they don't have to
Hey,
look
golden girl.
at themselves.
Mhm.
That's where all of that is coming from. That's why people do what they do because they don't have enough courage. Because I'm gonna tell you something about therapy. It takes courage, right,
It,
Marlene?
listen, y'all, I'm telling you, going to therapy is one of the most humbling experiences. And let me take this off the screen. Listen, I thought I was gonna go to therapy so I could talk about other people. And then when she turned it around on me and say, but they're not the problem, Marlene, you are. I was like,
Yep.
wait, what? Wait,
And
what?
then did she ask you what part did you play
And
in?
what role did you play in
Thank
this
you.
problem?
It takes courage to look at yourself. It takes
Mhm.
courage to look deep down and look at that pain and talk about, I did this, so
Mhm.
this caused that. You know, when I learned how to do that, I was free.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I could go to the people that I hurt,
Mhm,
especially my
girl.
family, and talk to them and apologize. You're talking about freeing. I was scared to do it, but I knew that if I didn't do it, I would still stay in the same place. It grew me up to be the woman I am today. So when somebody say to me, "You think you something," you better believe I do. Huh.
Hey, Gio, hold on. Can one of my mods take that block this person in the chat? I may have to go get my phone and do it.
Okay, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah. Let
Oh,
me
thank
see.
you.
What's this? Hide. Okay, somebody must have blocked them already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for the view and the watch time.
Use on
Okay,
this
let's see.
camera.
Thank you so much,
Who's saying?
Destiny.
Oh, did somebody block them already?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, y'all. Yeah, Gio, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was like, wait a minute. What do you mean you can't stand me? Everybody
You need to put
loves
this
me.
in subscriber mode. Remember,
Yeah, I gotta go. Let me go in and put that in. You
in
keep going.
subscriber mode, and that'll take care of them trolls. For
Let me.
anybody out there that's going live while she's doing that, if you go to your back office and then click on the live that you are having way before you even go live, and then it will take you to the details page, and then you'll see customization to the left on that bar. Click there and put it in subscriber mode, and then just put 1 minute on it. That will stop trolls because trolls are mostly bots. Okay, and they can come into anybody's live that don't have their subscriber mode on. But if you have a subscriber mode on, and since it's a bot, it cannot, it's not gonna waste no time at your live.
Okay.
That's why I always put my stuff in subscriber mode, because when I'm gonna talk about a subject like this, I don't want to be bothered with no trolls. So make sure that you guys do that.
Okay. I think I just did it right. So thank you so much, Gio. Yeah, and what you're saying is true. I just blocked them. Okay. Oh, I think somebody already removed them all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now moving on. Anyways, um, it's okay. Mary, aren't you a mod? And I think Gio's a mod and Edward. So I know y'all take care of me. Um, Yeah, let's see what else. Who else I miss? Hey, Nitro.
Oh,
Let's
is this
see.
who is this? The one and only? You know, that's this person.
No, that's another troll too.
I thought you put it on.
I thought I did too.
Let me see.
I must
Somebody
not
probably
have.
got them because I'm getting it. And they said, okay, can one of the guys, people, okay, but I blocked most of them. There's another one called The One and Only. God bless you, the one and only. We need to pray and invite the Holy Spirit in and put them on them trolls.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That's a shame. All
You
right.
know, it's just that they don't have nothing else to do. See, what they're trying to do is mess up my life. We just gonna keep talking what we're talking about because they need a hug or a friend or something. Anyways, keep going, Gio. Just ignore them.
Right. Anyway, see that's and getting back to what we were talking about, which is friends.
Mm-hmm.
Uh that's what I'm saying. Friends will not do what is happening in the chat. You know, they don't have no life, they don't have nothing. All they have is pain and anger inside of them. And until they reach down and find out what that is, then they'll stop doing stuff like that in the chat. Yeah. So I'm I'm like, wow. She says our block mode isn't working. Marlene, can you block them?
Yeah. Oh, it says the block mode is not working. I don't know why.
Okay, okay. Did you go and put it on that customization on?
Ah, that's what I was trying to do. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to turn off my camera and let's see.
I
I
was
don't know what's going on. Gio, you can keep talking while I go and look in my back office. Okay?
right. What you can probably do is get is get their URL and try. You know, I really wish that the Holy Spirit would come in here and bless the one and only, and go ahead and whatever. I know where you live too, right here in this chat. Well, good for you, the one and only. Okay. Yeah. Can you write in here the Lord's Prayer? If you can do that, you can write in here the Lord's Prayer.
It's not letting me go in subscriber only mode. I don't know what's going on.
It won't let you?
No. It
Why?
keeps saying an error has occurred.
Yeah,
So
that's what it's saying with
yeah. So
the
I'm
block.
just every time it comes up, you guys just remove the comment and we're just going to keep on going.
Yeah.
Okay? Just ignore the person until every time you see the comment, just ignore them, okay? All right. So, let's get back to our topic.
Right.
Go ahead, Gio.
Well, I'm just saying this, you just have to pick your friends carefully.
Right. Yeah, just pick your friends. Um, that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful, and especially here on YouTube, like people like this trolls. Thank you so much for the views, troll.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the view and thank you for the watch time.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Go ahead, Gio. We were talking about, people who are really good friends and having a good friend, you know. I think it's important to be a good friend. And I think that's where I am right now in my life is that you have to do more than just ask for a friend. You have to be a friend. And that's what I
Right.
had to learn for myself, you know?
Yeah, you have to be a friend to yourself first.
Hmm.
Most people are not a friend to themselves. They let negativity come in all the time, and that's all they think about themselves. So in order to make themselves feel better, they talk about others bad, or they let jealousy come in, or they put stuff in the chat, and stuff like that that's crazy. And they want to knock you off your rocker, you know and that's just the way it is. I don't you know All I can say is the Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
you know
All of them don't even pay attention to anything because they want attention. So you
right.
just keep on going. So I just wanted to say how proud that I am of you, and I know CC and lots of other people I know, chilling with the realist Mary B and Destiny Lifestyle Vlogs, and a lot of people who are in here. We've been through things, and we are, you try to be a good friend and you try to be trusting to people, but people backstab you, people are jealous of you, people don't like themselves. But don't stop being yourself. I think that's the message of today. And maybe the trolls that come in here, they need to hear that too. You need to learn to have your own life. You got to have your own life, and you got to love your own self, you know and you need to be a good friend to yourself. And maybe that's why you can't have any good friends, because you don't know how to be a friend. Yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah. So what about you? What's going on with you, Miss Gio?
Well, what I'm doing now.
No, what are you dealing with? I know you're a person that you have your businesses and you got a lot that's going on with your life. Hey, one busy mama, how are you doing?
Well, I have to make decisions according on what my needs are, you know, and sometimes, I have to do things that I have to do in order to pay my bills. Sometimes, I may be in something and I have to get out because something is not going right here or there. I've been dealing with that, and having feelings of, oh man, I hope they understand this, that. But you know what? I still got to take care of me,
Hmm.
because nobody is is going to do that. So one of the things that I've learned as far as friendship is to take care of me. Is be good to myself. And so what I did was I just wrote this person a note, just said, this is this and this is this what's happening, and I need to cut back on some things and stuff like that. And the person wrote back, I understand. I mean,
Okay.
no, to me, that is a person that I want to keep in my circle.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
you can't keep those people in your circle because they will try to drag you down from your potential.
Right.
And
I'm just saying, but this person, when I wrote saying this and that, why I had to cut back, they just wrote me back, okay, I understand. Come back when you can. You see what I'm saying? Those are the type of people that are business like, and they understand business. I have some friends that just do not understand business. They want me to give them stuff free.
yeah.
And I'm like, I can't be giving you no stuff free. If I give everybody stuff
Yeah.
free,
And when you have a business, you can't do that when you have a business.
right.
It costs money to have a business and to run a business. And anybody who doesn't understand that is not really your friend.
Yeah. So I just have to do what I have to do for myself. And as a businesswoman, that's what I do. I make decisions on services that can help me grow.
Exactly.
Not, I don't, I can't go by friendship all the time because business is business.
Hmm.
One of the main reasons I don't ask my family to get in nothing with me because
Yeah.
they expect free. And I'm not,
What is the thing that hold on one second, Gio. Go ahead. What were you saying?
yeah, I was just saying that I just don't ask, you know, my family to do
Mhm.
things with me when it comes down to business because they either want a heavy discount or free.
Yeah. And how can you do that? And, you know, how can you do that if, you're trying to do some things and you're trying to have a business? How can you make any money and get things for free?
Yeah,
You
you
can't.
can. And then you have friends the same way. I just, when I find out, and then they will really get mad with you because you will not give something to them free. I can't give everything free, you know?
Yeah,
Child.
you can't give people things for free.
And so that's why my circle is just a dot.
Yeah. And that's why I say, and YouTube is one of the biggest things that has taught me that everybody on here, you have to be careful about trusting people. You can't trust everybody with your private and your personal information. That's
Right.
real talk. I had to learn that because we've been through things and we've been backstabbed a few times by people here on YouTube. So be careful on YouTube how people appear to be on screen. If you don't know that person in person, be careful about telling them your personal business and your personal story because if and when something goes left, they'll be spreading all your private business. So I'm just saying
Well,
that out of love.
I'm saying this, that people will get close to you and act like they're your friend or they
Mhm.
want to become your friend. And then they be giving you, oh, you should do this and you should do that all the time. They got a pen and pad taking down all your stuff so that they can go do it on their channel and
Yep.
act like they came up with the idea. That has happened to me 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Can you speak about that, Gio? You don't
Yeah,
have to say
I mean,
what
this person
happened to
was
you, but
acting.
I mean, share how you got through that.
Child, I had to pray because I swear I wanted to be a troll. But I would never do that because I am a precious child of God. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people say that you should feel what they say, you should feel pretty good when somebody copy you.
Yeah. And like Gio, listen, today I've before I used to let things get me so upset. Like
Hmm.
even today, like the old me would have just shut down my life, but I never let other people stop me from doing what I'm going to do.
Right.
Just like this troll, I refuse to let anybody stop me from my progress. Ain't nobody going to shut down my stream because I'm amazing and
Right.
I'm precious
And you come a long
and
way
I've come a
since we, yes,
long
you have.
way.
So
I've come a
congratulations
long
on
way.
that, Marlene. Congratulations to you.
Yep.
Because girl, it takes a little while to have that kind of confidence and know that you are amazing, that you can just not be bothered with what's happening in the chat, and then pretty soon they'll just go away. But this is the thing, when people really try to get close to you and girl this and girl that, and then the next thing I know, they were doing the same thing I was doing, my using my concept, did not even ask me.
Yeah.
Just
That
took it, put it on there.
that's the part that I never have understood is when somebody takes your ideas, they all they do is maybe change one word, and let's
Well,
see.
yeah, I
And then
understand that.
they'll say, "Oh, this was my idea."
Right. And then I thought, see, the part that, to be very, very honest and about it, is that I thought this person was my friend.
Yeah.
I really thought we had some sort of friendship. Okay. But when I was in the bushes at first, I said, oh, so and so live. Let me go over here. And before I could even drop down in the chat, I heard every word that I say and her telling the people exactly what to do in every single
Wow.
word for word. So she had to write everything down. So then when I did drop down in the chat, that was the only way that that this person said, "Oh, this was Gio's idea and this and that." And after that, I was just too hurt.
Yeah.
So
I know.
it took me a little while to get through that. I did not go and make no video about the person. I
See,
never.
and listen, Gio. Remember when we both were going through a situation here on YouTube and somebody did something to the both of us? What is the first thing that you wanted to do?
I wanted to respond.
But what did I tell you, friend?
Don't respond, and I listen to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I learned that in therapy because the more that you feed in and you say something to them is the more power that you give that to that
Right.
person.
And
And
so,
the more that I feel better, I feel stronger the more I ignore people.
right. And then, so in order for me to get through what had happened, I just had to back up.
Mm-hmm.
I blocked that person because
Yeah.
I could not. They would still try to come on my channel, and the wound was too hurtful. You know what I'm saying? It was still too open. So I had to block this person just because I just couldn't deal with it. And then I did what I always do. I go on my knees and I ask God, God, this is a big one for me. I need you to help me forgive, this person. And because I just turned it over to a power greater than myself, I was able to let that go within a matter of 3 months because I was mad.
Yeah. And you
I was
should.
really mad and I did not feel good about it. So I don't know why people say you should feel good when people steal your stuff. I don't.
Yep.
Just be very, very honest about it. I do not. And so I let that go. And now we hardly even see this person.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
and
I know.
another thing, Marlene, what is for you is for you. And when God gave me that idea, and the first person I called was Marlene, and we put the rules together and everything. And that's why I say, I've been doing this for over 3 years. Okay.
Okay.
And it's still been going on. So guess what? That
Mhm.
was for me. You understand me? And I don't care who try to do it, it ain't gonna work because it wasn't for you.
Yeah. What see the thing that people don't understand is the more that somebody tries to come for you is the stronger that you have to turn up your light. And I remember my mom and my dad saying that to me before they passed away. Listen, these moms say, baby, listen, right before you're going to get to your higher level, your upgrade, your incline, there's going to be people, they're going to come at you because they want to break your spirit. Listen to that, everybody. Right before you get to your next level in your life, right before you're about to achieve a big status or do something with your life, somebody or a group of people are going to try to come in and break that up. You know, that's what they're going to try
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. So you know,
Don't let them.
I'm very honest about how I really feel about things. And when somebody come now, if they would have came to me and said, "Gio, can I at least do something?" I would say, "Sure, girl, go ahead and try it." But just to act like you my friend and then take it and go do it on your channel and we supposed to be friends? No, ma'am. I blocked that person and I still have that person blocked, but I forgive that person. And I don't even think about it until today. This happened over what, 2 years ago, Marlene?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. And
And
not
then
only that,
and then people will go away because there's nothing that nobody else can do, you know. Nobody
yeah,
else can't take away from who you are, you know.
yeah. And then that taught me a lesson right there. That's why I copyright all my music.
Mhm.
Everything I do, I copyright it because I'm just going to be flat out honest. I don't like people just coming in and I sweated for 3, 4, 5 months over one song. You know what I'm saying? Or one this, and then here I hear it on your show, and you ain't did nothing to do it. That's why I copyright all my stuff. Because
Yeah.
if I hear it, I ain't gonna say nothing to you.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't let anybody slow you down from your progress. And even everybody in the chat, please stop responding to them. Just
Yeah,
stop responding because you're giving them more power. Please, everybody in the
right.
chat, just don't respond. Let's just focus in on this conversation.
Right. I say this. If a person is coming in your chat, disrupting your chat, and you know that you and this person have beef or what have you or whatever, the best thing to do is what I learned from Marlene. No response and block them.
Yeah.
That way they can't come up in your chat. And if they do come with another chat, block that and keep on
Yeah.
rolling. Because sometimes, in order to truly forgive somebody, you have to move them out your life so that you don't think about them, and they don't get a chance to make you angry, in order to
Mhm.
say anything. That's why my block party is good because I will block
Yeah.
you.
Hey,
And
JC family. Yep. So I don't worry about it. I don't worry about the people who try to take me down, or like I was saying earlier, about people who try to pretend to be your friends and all of that. Don't worry about, because the real people are going to stick around. The
right,
real people are going to stick around, and the fake people are going to go away eventually.
right. Hmm. Well, anyway, it's been a great live, Marlene.
Hmm.
Despite,
Yeah.
and
Well,
we at least you got you some good watch time.
I got some good watch time. Thank you so much.
That's what I say. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, see, that's what they want. Mary, don't leave and go anywhere. You see what they said? Tell about, ha ha, I ran y'all away. That's what they want. I'm not ending my live, Geo, for them. If you have something you have to do, you can continue. I do my live every time for 2 hours, and I'm going to stay on here for my 2 hours. So if you have somewhere to go and somewhere to be, it's okay, sis. You can leave, but I'm going to keep going because I don't let anybody stop me from my grind and my hustle because I have goals.
Right,
So if you have to go, Geo, it's okay. I understand.
right. Hmm.
Huh?
No, I was just looking at something here.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
I can stay on until at least another 20, 30, I mean 20 15 more minutes and then I'd have to go.
Okay, sure. Anytime you have to drop off, drop off. But I'm
Yeah.
just going to keep on talking. So the next thing that I want to talk about, I was talking about friendships and everything. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is, you know, how do you get started when you want to give up? And I know we've talked about this many times, but I want to talk to you, everybody who's here in the chat. Um, when you feel like giving up, what encourages you to keep going? Gio,
My why,
your why. Mm-hmm.
why, uh, why did I start YouTube? You know what I'm saying? I started YouTube because I found out that I could make some money. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I can add it to my streams of income. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube is it's like I don't know, it's not an easy journey, but you can do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to have some kind of plan that you want to do. All right. And you have to figure out, what niche you want to be in and all of this stuff. So my why for extra income is I need to pay my rent, I need to pay my car note, I need to pay my electric bill, my gas bill. That's enough why right there for me to create a video.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough why right there for me to uh, keep doing the shorts.
Right.
Okay, because shorts really will help you get that income and meet that threshold. Okay, so
Oh,
that's how.
and your song, Gio. That song that you came out, I'm telling you, when I heard that song, I was like, oh my God. I was like, my friend is amazing. And I think that's why it's so important to have good friends that are being in their lane. When I see you do your thing, and your thing is you build teams and you write songs. When I heard that song, I was like, I have never heard anybody sing a song about the shorts. And you just did it just not just like that, but when you're doing your thing, you're just able to
Well,
do
I wrote that song in one day.
what? Can
Yeah,
you tell me
because
about it?
how I did it.
Yeah, I
Well,
just want to know how do you do the geo sauce, the geo magic?
I have to be in the mood,
Okay.
and sometimes and the mood is I have to have a clear mind. And one day I was just sitting here, and I said to myself, I said, shoot, I'm going to join Pandy and Sylvia, and we're going to become a collaboration with the Shorts Queens. And I said, but I need something to make it even better. I said, I need a song. So that was a couple of days. I thought about it, and then the next day it came into my mind. I'm gonna drop them shorts, in the universe. So I just took that,
Mhm.
and then I just kept singing it over and over and over and over. And then I put the rest of the words to it. And then I sent it to my guy to put the music to it.
I just think I just think now I know some people think all kinds of things, but I can't help it. I have to boast about my friends. You have a talent, Gio, and I don't know if you hear it enough. I'm so proud of you for everything that you do in using your talent. I really
Well,
am.
I
I
promised,
really am.
yeah, I promised God. And this is my little short testimony that before therapy, I was in the dark. I was not feeling good about myself and stuff like that. And when I did make it to therapy, my therapist always told me, "What do you believe in? Do you believe in a power greater than yourself? Do you believe in God?" I said, "Well, I think I left God behind." I say, but I think I need, she said, I think you need to invite him back in your life. So when I did that, and God took away most of the pain so that I can get through it, I surrender, and I say, God, I surrender, and I'll just tell people
Mhm.
what you have done for me. And that's how I got to where I am today. And that's when all my gifts start coming back, because I used to use them when I was like 8, 9, 10, and 10, all the way up to a teenager. I wrote a
Mhm.
song when I was 12 years old, and it was popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put the music to it. I learned how to play piano on my own, with God's help. you know. So I just started back using all the gifts that God has given me. Leadership. I never wanted to lead anybody because you have so many different personalities,
Mhm.
you
And
know.
the crazy ones.
Yeah, you got crazy ones, you got what strong ones, you got
Mhm.
followers. I mean, followers, you're gonna
Mhm.
need them because they really do make a team. And then you have to keep the team on one accord. And then you have to look and see where the bad apples are. And then you have to dismiss them. It's a lot of things that go into leadership.
Mhm.
And I'm just glad that God gave me the tools long before I even thought about being a leader. I had them. And then He put mentors in my life so that I can enhance those tools, so that because being a leader, you cannot ask your followers to do anything that you ain't gonna do.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
true.
know, I just use my gifts, and I'm grateful for them. And I thank you for saying that you're proud of me. And I know my parents are because they always, used to tell me when I wrote that song, uh, uh, that how proud of me that they were, that I could
Mhm.
even do that. They were even amazed. I was like amazed myself. So I just, whatever it is I want to do, Marlene,
Mhm.
I just say, okay, God, you go first. And this is what, just give me the strength to do this if it's your will. And I just
Right.
go do it because that's
Right.
what I believe in.
Well, and I feel like I got away. I think everybody gets away sometimes off their beaten path because sometimes we're choosing the wrong people that we think that they're our friends. We also are not believing in ourselves enough. We're not believing in our dreams. We sometimes put our dreams on the back burner because we think, oh, I got to take care of my kids. I got to take care of this. I got to take care of that. But we're not taking care of ourselves. And you got to understand if nobody who can be more important than you.
Right,
And if I'm not loving and taking care of myself, if I'm not being a good friend to myself, how can other people mirror image me? Because it's true, we always get back what we give to ourselves. And there was a period of time where it was very unhealthy. I was giving all my love and my energy and pouring into everybody else but me. There was a time I wasn't even eating breakfast or lunch. I just wake up and, oh, I got to do this, and I start taking care of my mom and my dad and this person and that person and niece. Next thing I look up, it's 3 p.m. and I haven't eaten. I had to get And I think that's why I went to therapy. I had to get balanced and get back in focus because sometimes we're so busy taking care of our loved ones that we forget to love ourselves. It's
ourselves.
like, hello, I had to introduce myself back to myself. And for those that makes sense, it makes sense. I can't explain that part to you, but what when you've gotten off track in doing things that you need to do for yourself, like we put our dreams on hold for kids and family and relationship and this and that for millions of reasons. But your biggest reason is, am I happy? And I had to stop and think one day, like, I was so miserable. I'm in a miserable job. I was in a miserable romantic relationship. Everything about me was miserable. I had people backstabbing me left and right, family, friends, the job, the relationship. And I was like, what is going on? And I had to learn that it was me because I was allowing this to happen to me. And I had to say, stop, no more. I had to do that. I had to say it. And then that's when everything started shifting for me because your life will only shift to what you allow to happen in your life.
Right,
And when I said no more drama, no more foolishness, and I got to start taking care of myself, which meant I started going to the gym, I started eating healthier, I started finding good friends, people that supported me and loved me. And when you start shifting your life and doing good things for you, you start attracting that same energy. But if you don't give yourself good energy and good vibes, you're not going to receive it back.
No. Yeah,
Mhm.
I really do like what Cece said in the chat. She said you have to take control over your life. See, we can't control anybody else, but we
Mhm.
can certainly control our behavior and actions and stuff that we do, you know. So
Mhm.
I learned that. I always have to ask myself. One of the things I learned also was to think it through when you're making a decision and
Mhm.
you don't know. I have to ask myself, how is it going to affect my family?
Mhm.
You know, if I did this, how is this going to affect my family? And then once I get to thinking it all the way through, I say, "Ooh, no, that's not a good idea."
Mhm. But
you know,
also in that too, Gio, I will add to that. You have to also think, how is this going to affect me?
right?
Because sometimes we make decisions and say, "Oh, I'm going to do this," and like we're working in a job that we hate. We're around people that we don't like, and we keep. If everything in your life is lining up and you hate everything about your life, where is the good part, the part that brings you joy and satisfaction? If you are not bringing back in some positive energy into your life and vibration, you're going to feel down and you're going to be discouraged really quickly and be in a dark space that sometimes it's hard to come back from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I
And
was. I had to get to all the way to rock bottom to say I can't do this no more because I was about to
right.
lose my mind.
And then sometimes you want to get mad at other people or angry with other people or blame other people when the problem is you. you
Oh,
know and
my
that is how
goodness.
yes, and that is how come whenever something happens to me or somebody do something to me, the first thing I ask myself is, what part did you play in this?
Mhm.
you know One of the parts that I played in it is I was codependent. I should have said no. you know
No, oh, let's pause on that for a second, Gio. Let, that deserves. Hold on. Wait a minute, because I I didn't understand how profound that was. Can you say that statement again?
What? Which? Oh, the codependency. The
No, what
reason
you just
why I
said.
didn't say no is okay. The first thing I did was ask myself, why is you so mad at this person? You need to ask yourself, what part did you play in it to get to this spot? So you have to search deep down and ask yourself, oh, I could have said no, and then I wouldn't even be in this spot. I was being codependent.
That's what I wanted you to get back to that point and say that. And I hope whoever needs to hear this hears it and receives it and takes it on. We have to learn to stop saying yes to the things that inside of us is screaming, no, don't do it. Stop doing this. And it can be, most of the time, is family members, because we think a lot of times family members, we have to, they make us feel, oh, I'm your this person, auntie, uncle, cousin, sister, what, whoever. And they like use us like a doormat. Just keep doing for me, do for me, do for me, do for me. And it's, you never get anything reciprocated back to yourself. And I understand that sometimes you may be in that season where you need to be there and support somebody, but you got to learn when to draw the line and say, this is what I can do and this is what I can't do. And I'm sorry, but right now I cannot do this. I cannot. And they may be upset with you and all kinds of things, and it may cause a rift in the family. But to me, there's nothing that is better than being your true, authentic self. And that's what I had to learn for myself. For so long, I was being the version that my family wanted. I wanted to be, I was the person, I was the people pleaser of the family. I had to do this and everything. Yes, yes, yes. Can you, yes, yes, yes to everything. And inside of me was screaming, no, no, Marlene, you need to stop. You need to think about yourself, Marlene. When is the next time you're going to do something for yourself, Marlene? So whoever needs to hear that, receive that too. We say yes to things that inside of us is screaming, no, don't do that, or no, stop it, or our gut is saying that's not a good decision, but we say yes anyways. So start listening to yourself when yourself is telling you no. Say no and mean it.
Right. And when people ask, especially friends, ask you to
Mm-hmm.
do stuff, and especially like borrow money and stuff, you have to look at their track record.
Mm-hmm.
Did you lend them some money before, and did you get your money back? You know what I'm saying? I don't be lending people to no money that ain't never paid me back the first couple of times I did it. I learned
Mm-hmm.
my lesson, baby. No. I just don't do it. I have learned to say no and don't even feel bad about it. And if they get pissy mad or whatever they gonna get, goodbye, bye, Felicia. Because
Mm-hmm.
see, this is my hard-earned money, and that don't mean because I'm doing a little bit better maybe than you, and because you done
Mm-hmm.
made all kind of bad decisions, you can't get mad at me because I don't want to give you none of my money because you don't pay back. You know, I'm not rich. I need to still pay my rent, electric bill. Do I need to go down the line? You know, so you have to learn how to say no. And of course, the first time you say no to somebody, you might feel bad about it. Maybe I should have said this, but stand on your no. I had to learn
Yep.
to stand on my no. And the more I practice it, the better I got. And today it's like, no, I can't do that. I don't say it that cold, but I
Mm-hmm.
say,
Hey, listen, sometimes you do have to say no like that because
yeah,
some people don't get it. No matter how many times you tell them no, they keep asking.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, because it's like you just
Mm.
have to practice. That's what my therapist taught me. She taught me to practice saying no. Even when you know you don't have the money and you have to pay your own bill, don't lend people money and then they don't pay you back and then you scuffling to try to get that electric bill money. I've been in those
Mhm.
shoes. This is why
Yep.
I know, and today,
Yep.
no ma'am. Unless I know your track record. If I didn't lend you money before and you didn't pay me back, you can get some more.
Yep.
But if you ain't paid me back and ain't said a word about it, like you didn't do nothing, and then gonna ask me again, oh, it don't even take me but 2 seconds. No, I cannot do that.
Yeah. I see somebody backstage and it says Cece, and I want to make sure it's her and it's not a you know who.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not letting anybody up here if I don't see her the camera is not on.
Oh no.
So I'm not adding to the screen or to the stream if I don't see her face. So Cece, if you're watching, turn your camera on so I can see you first.
And so there's no face.
I don't see a face.
That's not her because in the chat it's a face.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not adding it until I see her face. So, because you know everything that's going on right now. I'm not
Yeah.
adding nobody so they can come up here and cuss and do whatever.
Now most people will just drop their pants. Then you have to get rid of your whole life.
Mhm.
They do. I seen this on a live a couple of weeks ago. Person just brought the person up, and as soon as she brought it up, they just dropped it, and everything was out. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's nothing personal against you, Cece, but I don't see your face and I don't want any drama. Okay, Melissa. Hey, Melissa. She says, my thing is, I'm a firm believer in not starting things that I don't plan to keep up. So if I know you're going to be coming back over and over, I don't even start.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I get that, Melissa.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm a person, well, I don't have a problem with telling somebody this is a one time deal. I can help you this one time. Oh, she said it was her. So come back up, Cece. It's okay as long as you say it that it's you. Then come back. I just wanted to make it sure it was you before I added you back. So I'm put the link. Yeah, and that's the thing that I had to learn myself too, is that I don't have to apologize for being myself. And the person that you may have been years ago is not the person that you are right now. You know what I mean?
Yep, I do know what you mean.
Okay, Cece, are you there?
I'm here. I don't know why it's not showing my face.
I don't know. I think your signal is bad. Are you using your cellular or are you using Wi-Fi?
Yeah. No, I'm
That's
on
what
I
it
think if
is.
you
myself,
turn off
but I'm not
I think
on.
if you
I'm
turn
not
off
on a
your
Wi.
I didn't hear you, sis.
What you say, Marlene?
I said I think I said I think you should turn off your cellular data and just go with the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Well, I'm up here at my son's school to see why it's not working.
Oh, it could
Tell you
be
why.
that. So
Because I'm in the
so
car.
um so that's okay. So while
Yeah.
you're here, I just want you to be able to say what you want to say and
Okay.
I'll just mute.
Okay. Well, I know. I was into to you guys. I just agree. I agree with what you both were saying, and it's like what the young lady guest was saying about the money. I agree with that. I mean, I think money is one of the things always ruin friendships, relationships, and I had to learn that hard way. Oh my! And my mother taught me she said, don't ever give money to anybody that you're willing to not get back. So if you can't afford to loan it, but you need it back, then don't even give it to the bank. So I had to learn that the way, but now I know, and that was a great lesson. But I also believe that what you said about that's one of the things that we need to learn how to do. And I don't know if it's a culture thing or if it's just something that we've not been taught. I don't know, but we always tell other people to change our no into a maybe or I'm not sure, and then it turns into a yes. And like you said, in the inside, screaming. Your side is screaming. So I think that's something that we really have to our young people as well, because I think that's why a lot of young people get caught drugs and all to things because they don't know. If they say no to something that does not make you comfortable, that the other person is going to feel really bad and that they will lose friends. Because, when you're young, having friends is very, very important to you. Older is not so much. But I think that's something that we really, we need to teach young people that. We really do. Because peer pressure is.
I was saying
Uh-oh.
I
I
was saying
can't
your
hear you.
signal is messing up really bad.
Oh, okay. Okay, leave and go back into your live, and I'll type it, okay?
Oh, that's okay. I thank you for popping up though.
Welcome. You're welcome. I'll come back on your show.
Thank you so much. Yeah, everybody. It's been this is just a really good discussion. I've enjoyed every part of it. So I'm just gonna keep going. Like I said, I'm gonna be on. I'm trying to get my 2 hours every time I watch time. So anybody who would like to, as long as you have your camera on, you can come up and we can keep on chatting. Oh, thank you so much, Urban. Appreciate you for being here. Take care. So I just wanted to say to somebody who's going through something, and I know everybody is going through something in their life. Every single person is going through something in their life. I know I just went through a big storm of dealing with aging parents, and then losing the parents. And right now it's October coming will be 7 years since my dad passed. May will be 6 years since I lost my mom. And I go through the seasons where it's like I miss my parents, but I am grateful for where I am now, because I had to I think if as long as my parents were alive, I was never going to work on my own goals, because like my parents were my life, and I had to learn to have a life outside of them. And I don't know who needs to hear this too. You got to have a life outside of just being a mom, or a dad, or a brother, or an auntie, or a cousin, or a grandma. You got to have something outside of another person that fulfills you. And yes, you can get satisfaction within your children and your family, but you got to have your own life. And that's what I had to learn, is I was putting so much energy into my family, but I wasn't putting anything into me. And for me, that was like I wasn't taking care of some things that I need to, like my teeth and my eyes and my hair and my skin, and getting rest and taking a vacation and taking care of my nails. And that's just me. I'm not saying that for you. Whatever it is for you, I was neglecting myself, so walking around like with a bonnet on my head. I was never taking care of my hair. I didn't know when's the last time I did something nice, bought myself an outfit, because I'm so busy focusing on bills, but I wasn't focusing on Marlene. So whoever needs to hear that too, mother, auntie, cousin, dad, sister, grandma, grandpa, whoever, you can't just only have your kids or grandkids or nephews or aunties. You got to have your own life and do some things for you that's fun. You got to have people outside of them. You got to have some good friends, and laugh. I think because we're so busy, so much times adulting, we're adulting, and oh, I got to make this money, I got to pay this bill, I got this to take care of. And then at the end of the day, we've neglected when's the last time we got our physicals and our checkups? When's the last time you went and had some fun, ran around and had some fun, went on vacation, got a massage, did something fun, explored and enjoyed just being silly? Or my favorite thing, even to just go somewhere and just have peace and quiet, that there's no noise, nobody's going to be disrupting your peace. And as adults, we got to remember to get back to that sometimes. Get back to you're not just somebody's mom or auntie or brother or sister or dad. You are yourself. You're your own human being, and you got to love that about yourself. And so I know somebody needed to hear that, and I hope that they're hearing it. You're more than just who you're in a relationship with. You're more than just somebody's mom or dad. You're more than somebody's aunt or grandma. You're more than just somebody employed at your job. You're a human being, and you have feelings, and you got to learn to take some time for your feelings. Sometimes you're just in a mood and you want to be by yourself. Give yourself time to be in your mood. Hey, 755 Media. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hit my 1K. And thanks everybody for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Oh, we got Miss Kim. Hey, Miss Kim.
Hey, Marlene. Can you hear me well?
Oh, yes, I hear you very well.
How are you, sweetheart?
I'm good.
Well, you look good. You certainly do.
Thank you.
I just wanted to add to something. I was just hearing you talk about how you're more than just a mother, more than a sister, more than, what have you. And I never looked at it in the earlier part of my life as just, I felt like those items, those names, those titles was so very important and integral to who I was. And I had to really kind of think back, like, what is going on? Because what I did, Marlene, in the earlier part of my life with my first husband is I was good. So I took all of my energy and I put into my family.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But
no, it's not.
But however, I lost myself in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that they needed, it was so important to me because I had come from a broken family. My mom and my dad divorced when I was I'm gonna say about 4 years old. And it was important to me to do everything that I could to make the family unit work. Mm-hmm. And so I put them first. I put my husband first. I put my son first. And my son, everything that I did, I was just telling him the other day, I said, you know what? I've sacrificed so much for you. And no matter how much you sacrifice for them, I am here to tell you, and I'm sure other parents can too, there's always going to be something that they're going to say you didn't do right. And you sort of your mouth just drops open because it's like, oh, okay, really? Yeah. You just don't know what I sacrificed for you. So, I realized that I went too far on one side just to make sure everything was okay. Lost myself in the process. And I am just so much better now. I'm still growing, Marlene. I'm still growing. Mm-hmm. However, I put something on Facebook today. I was talking to a friend and she said, you ought to put that on Facebook. And I said, I am so happy because I know all is well. I know God loves me. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I know that any obstacles that I face, He's either going to remove them or He's going to show me how to move it, go around it, or go through it. Right. And I'm okay with that, so that way I can say at all times that all is well. Right. But yeah, I really keyed off of what you said because that was my experience. And now I'm just different. I know that I cannot get that time back again. Right. I used to get really upset about it because I couldn't turn back the hands of time and change it. So my thing is, so Kim, you have the right to be upset and frustrated because they allowed you to spend, especially my husband, because my husband was an adult. My child wasn't. But you have the right to be upset that, oh my God, they really didn't appreciate what you did for them. They took you for granted. Mm-hmm. But how is that working for you, Kim?
Yeah. Well, let me stop you right there. I didn't mean to.
I'm done.
But I learned something in my therapy, and I'm telling you, it was pivotal to the transformation of my life. When my therapist told me, Marlene, you were exactly who you needed to be in that moment. You were exactly who you needed to be right then in that moment. You didn't come to that awareness yet and that knowledge. So don't beat yourself up for who you wasn't. Now you take and own everything that you are right now, presently. So don't beat yourself up for the past and what you did and the shoulda, woulda, couldas, because that will drive you nuts. Just say, but today and moving forward, I'm going to do better for me. I'm going to love myself. And I know when I've had a limit and I say I'm full. And I learned this from my mother. I remember being like 6 or 7 years old. And my mom used to have a sign that she put up on a door. Now, you all know, and y'all who don't know, my mom had 10 kids. Mm-hmm. When my mom's cup was full, my mom had a sign she put up on the door and it said, glorious time. That was my mom's name. My mom said, she always told us, she says, I am your mother, but there are times where I need to be Gloria.
She was self-aware.
She was self-aware. And we as kids were like, what is she talking about? Glorious time. I was like, that's stupid. I want my mommy, but I didn't get it. And now, thinking back now that she's no longer here with me, but I go back in my mind and say, I remember when mom put up that sign and said glorious time. So I had to start doing that with my family now. When they look on the door, I'm not auntie. I'm not, this. I'm not the person you're in a relationship. I'm just Marlene. I'm not babe. I'm not auntie. I'm not cousin. I'm not sister. I'm just Marlene.
Mm-hmm.
And that really changed and shifted my life, that sometimes you have to take all the labels off. And right now I just need to be who I need to be in this moment. And that's to get some rest or read my book. Lock yourself up in your room and have your time.
Okay. Yeah. And you know what, Marlene, the interesting thing about it is that when it was happening, I didn't even know it was happening. And then I turned around and I said, what happened? I had friends that said, Kim, what? Yeah, this is not who you were. What happened? And I said, oh my God. Because at the time I was thinking, oh, that'll never happen to me. No.
Oh yeah.
Those people are weak. Yeah.
You always say, like, you'll say stuff like, oh, I'll never break up with the person I'm with now. I'll never do this. I'll never do that, until it comes to the point where you say, well, it looks like I'm about to be the person who I thought I wasn't going to be.
Oh yeah, because I never thought that my first marriage would have ended. Never, ever. I would have lost all my money if I had placed a bet on that. But God gave me another chance at a dear love, and everybody doesn't get that. And so, wow. But yeah, so I'm here to say what you're saying is I've been through it, that part anyhow. And I even when I talk to my son now, and he's an adult, he's a full-grown adult, and I tell him, I bent over backwards to support you and to help you. Now it's on you. It's on you. And you're not a kid anymore. So people are not going to look at you as, oh, let me reach out and help you. No, they look at you as a grown ASS man. So do what you got to do, because I got mine. Yeah. And now it's time for you to get yours.
Yep. And the older that I got, I appreciated my mother for teaching me that. Like my mom used to say, you never stop being a mother, but I have to remember that I never stopped being a woman.
That part right there.
Oh, that part. I was like, oh, she's going for the. And when I got older, I was able to appreciate my mother. My mother always, we knew when that door was locked and she put up that sign that said glorious time, you best. Unless you're bleeding, you better not knock at that door.
Marlene, your mother was wise beyond measure, because having 10 children, she probably would have had a nervous breakdown or lost her mind if she didn't take time for herself. That's excellent.
And she used to, and my mom used to say sometimes about, I'm going for a ride. Oh, I'm going. And mom would look at us, talk about, it's glorious time. I'll see y'all later.
I love that. I'm going to use that. If
sometimes my mom said, as women or even as men, you put on all these hats. Right now I'm a co-worker. Sometimes I'm uncle, I'm auntie, I'm this, but sometimes you just, but this is me. Now it's Marlene's time, where you say it's Kim's time. No, right now I'm not your mother. Right now I'm not your wife or your whoever. I'm just me, and I need my time by myself. And I think that's wise. I think when I learned that, I learned to start putting back and feeding into my own spirit. And sometimes people make us feel like we're being selfish by thinking about ourselves. No, and you're not.
No, that's a lie from the pit.
Because that's why my mom always said, my kids ain't gonna take me out of this world until I'm ready to go. No. She said, I will not. My mom said, I love y'all, but she said, but I love me more.
There you go. She, wisdom.
My mom used to push us out, talk about goodbye and lock the door. Goodbye. Talk about, I said, I love y'all, but I love me more. Remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to
Because
remind.
people will
You got
just
to
keep
remind
pulling
yourself
from
of
you and just keep pulling from you and just keep pulling from you.
that.
And, an example of that is I had a girlfriend who was on her second marriage, and but she didn't marry him, and the reason was because every time they got ready to do something, his mother or his three aunts would contact him to do something, even when they knew that he had something planned with her. And she said, "I'll never be first in his life. I already know that he can't say no." And those women, even though he said, "I'm trying to have a relationship," they had taken him for granted so many years, they wouldn't stop, and he wouldn't stop it either.
Yeah,
So that was not a good idea.
see, and that's the difference. And I remember saying, my mom and my dad saying something when I was younger. He used to say, "That's your mom," but he used to say, "But this is my wife."
Yes. Yes.
He said, "That's your mom, but this is my wife." He says, "Remember, she's my friend. She's my loved one. Yeah, she's your mom, but those things, the friendship and the marriage, that happened way before y'all came."
I
So,
remember you told that story
so
one time.
back up.
Mm-hmm.
This is my girl.
Mm-hmm. I
When we
love
would
that
test her,
because
yeah. Mm-hmm.
when somebody is being rude, your father was like, "Hold, excuse me, this is my wife."
Yeah, this is my wife. So I know this is your mother, but this is my wife.
I
Yeah.
love it. What
And
happened to Gio, Marlene?
oh, she had to drop off. I think she had a meeting or something
Oh, okay, okay.
to go to. But yeah, I think that, sometimes after you pass through cycles in your life, I remember my whole life of hearing things and seeing things, but you don't comprehend it while you're going through it. But now that they're gone and I have nothing but time to think about my life, I was like, whoa. I was like, that is a deep thing for somebody to say, "That's your mom, but this is my wife."
Mm-hmm.
He was protecting her.
And that's the epitome of respect. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, I love that. I love to hear
Yeah.
a man speak like that.
Yeah. And he used to always say, like my mom would say, "Remember when you're into a serious romantic relationship, that you guys can love each other, but you can easily fall out of love with each other if you don't remember that you're friends first."
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
my mom said, "Never forget when you're talking to your wife or your husband or your whoever you're with, don't like bring your problems home and then like think of them like, barking orders at them." My mom would be like, because my dad used to be in a management position, and my mom would look at him and mom would be like, "Are you talking to your coworkers or are you talking to your wife?"
I love your mom.
Yeah. So, and my dad would have to be checked because when you're used to all day, he's barking orders and do this and do that and do and mom come home. My mom would just look at him and say, "Excuse me, are you talking to your
Are you
coworker
talking to
or
me?
your wife?"
Right, right,
Okay. Well, I'll let you think about that, and then you can come back.
right. Your mother should have taught class.
Yeah, I wish back then I was doing vlogging because I would have got a lot of wisdom. I didn't even realize like what I had when I had
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But
Yeah,
that's a really deep thing that you can't. I think a lot of times, like after you're in a relationship with somebody for so long and you know them, you feel like I got them, and nothing stays unless you're fostering and nurturing that love and
absolutely,
friendship.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
As soon as you start taking the person for granted,
Yeah.
when you're not doing what you need to be doing, both of you are,
Yeah.
to keep that relationship
Mhm.
tight and growing, maturing and,
Yep.
having good growth.
Yep. That's what I say because my mom and dad, they were married 52 years, but they were before the 52 years, they knew each other like 4 years prior as friends.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom always said that for 4 years, he was my best friend.
There we go.
And
And
then it
so
was
that's what they
like,
can fall
and
back
then
on.
and then my mom was like, "Well, what are we doing here?" And my
Mm-hmm.
dad was like, I don't want you to be just my friend anymore."
Right.
So that's how everything switches. And I think a lot of times we forget. I think people get from that I like you to love you just like that. They don't take time to, yeah, they don't take time to stay in the friendship zone long enough and to find out who they're with.
Right. Sounds
They
like
just
your
go.
your dad valued your mother's
Mhm.
friendship so much, and then it got to the point where he didn't want anybody else to have her. So it's like, you know what? I need to make my intentions known, lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the funny part of all of that is that my mom and dad were such so funny because they were really the Brady Bunch. My dad, when he met my mom, my dad already had one child, and my
Hmm.
mom already had one child, and then they
Hmm.
came together and had 8 children.
Ah, I see.
So,
Okay,
so it was like
that was
my
a really
my
good
dad,
blended. Yeah,
yeah, that
definitely.
was a good blend because my mom was like, when my brother would do something in the beginning, my dad used to be like, "My son, don't do nothing for my son," and my mom would be like, "My daughter." But after a while, you have
Mm-hmm.
to be like our daughter,
Hmm.
our son. But
Hmm.
that takes time.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey Shay Love, how you doing? It's all good, Terrence and Mary. No problem. I love y'all. Keep going. Keep going, and doing what you're doing. And I just wanted to address all of you. Don't let nobody stop you from your grind. I will never let anybody. Some trolls came in here, Miss Kim. You may not know, but I had a whole bunch of trolls coming here and saying
Hmm.
curse words and all kinds of stuff. But
Hmm.
they're following one of my viewers. But I'm not gonna let anybody stop me from
No,
doing
you
my
must be
live.
doing something well. That's why they come and they try to
Yeah.
interfere and interrupt.
Hmm.
I
I
had,
don't worry.
go ahead, Marlene.
No, I said I don't worry about anything.
Okay.
That's I think that's has been one of the best blessings about my personality that God has given me. He's given me a personality where it takes me a lot to get to 10.
Hmm.
I can put up with a lot of things, but I'm telling you, when you get me to 10, I don't go back down to 1.
Oh, it's probably for the best because I've seen you in the chats. Hmm. Throwing them emojis
Everybody
in
doesn't
there.
know
I'm
that
not
about
gonna
me.
say what kind of emojis, but I see. Yeah, we love you, Marlene. And you know what? It's for that reason. When you do get there, somebody had to really take you there.
Hmm.
Because
Even my dad used to say that because I've always been that way. I've been that way since I was like 2 years old. Like my dad used to say, "Leave her alone, leave her alone," because I will say that I am a tornado.
mm,
I I put up with things and I put up with things, and I'm telling you, when you get me on 10, I will start tearing stuff and breaking stuff. I mean, a disaster.
mhm,
Yeah. So my family always say, "Please leave her alone,
mhm,
please,"
mhm.
because we don't because. Some things have happened when I was younger. Go out to dinner, table turned over, everybody had to run away. It's not
Oh
good.
Lord,
Don't get me. I told you, do
you
not
was
get me
like
on
Jesus in the synagogue.
that. Yeah. Because I don't mind if like my brother shared with me, but he reached over and took my food off my plate.
Ah,
Yeah, and I flipped the table over.
mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's I know that I have always had an anger problem, but I warn people. Like, I'm telling you, I'm on 7 right now. I'm on 7. Don't get me to 10.
Right.
I'm telling you,
Well,
to
we
10.
all manage anger differently, and we
Yes.
could do better. But yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes people, yeah, we allow. I'm not gonna say people just take us there. That's what we like to say,
Mhm.
but we allow it
Thank
because
you.
you can have a stimulus, but you don't have to react to it. You don't.
Right.
You don't want to give them
Yeah.
power over you. On the other hand, sometimes people just need a word.
Yeah. That's what it is, and that's how I feel. And I'm the type of person that I think I'm more of a person that I will trust you until you give me a reason to not trust you.
Okay.
Yeah. And my family is the opposite. My family never trusts anybody. So I'm the only one in the family. I will trust you, but when I raise one eyebrow, I'm done with you.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I don't deal with is don't lie to me. I don't put up with
I
that.
don't like that either.
Yeah,
I don't
don't.
like that either.
I was like, don't do that to me. And especially if we're friends, you don't have to mix up
Right. Let's
anything.
be
Just say
honest.
what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired. I didn't want to do it. I don't like this or I don't like that. Just come straight at me. Don't like I don't like all that backs going through the back door and all this. Mm-mm. Don't do that. That's a good way to lose me as a friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, because there's no trust there.
Yeah.
And if I have a good friend, and I can count my really good friends on my hand, one hand, uh, I want to feel like I can share with you my innermost thoughts. But
Right.
if I feel that I can't, no, I have to
Hmm.
put you in that next section of friends.
Exactly. And for me, I'm the type of person where I give people chances. And I'll say something like, when you did this, this is how it made me feel.
Okay.
And if you come back and say, "Well, I'm sorry you felt that way,"
Mm.
I'm done. Because if a person can't own and have accountability for themselves
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to put it back on me, I can't deal with a person who doesn't know how to be accountable for their own actions. If you've done something wrong, you need to be grown up enough to say, "This is what I did," and whatever, whatever, you
And
know?
it's great that you said it like that, because some people don't even realize that they have difficulty taking responsibility or being accountable for their actions. But having said that, if you don't and you can't acknowledge it and own it and start trying to make a change, then I don't need you in my space. Mm-mm,
Huh.
mm-mm.
Who say that again? And like I'm telling you, I went through so many years. Y'all just don't know. I went through so many dark, lonely years in my life
Oh.
from a child, a toddler, up until I was about maybe 24 years old.
Mhm.
Always thinking something was wrong with me and why don't people like me? But the difference was is that I've always been a unique person from I was a child. I always walked to the beat of my own drums. If I didn't like you, I confronted you. I've always been, in your face girl. Like if I don't like something, like everybody's like, oh, don't no, like they're afraid to tell somebody something. I have no
Mhm.
problem. I'll be like, I don't like when you do that and don't do it no more. Like,
Mhm.
and we're
Mhm.
done. And everybody be like, why do we feel that we can't tell people if they're supposed to be our loved ones? Why can't we go and tell them how we really feel about them?
I think that's one thing in my innermost family that we've never had that problem. We come straight out and tell each other, I didn't like this. No, 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 sister girl, no, that was wrong. That was wrong. And we might be upset uh, probably
Mhm.
2 days at the most, but one of us will always come back and say, hey, you know what? I looked at that and I'm sorry about that. Can we fix this? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
I can always, if somebody comes back to me, like if I tell somebody something and maybe at that moment when you told them, sometimes some things it just comes and gets you right in your heart and it can make you like stunned.
Mhm.
Because I think sometimes after you do something for a long time, you begin to think that it's okay. And then when somebody confronts you on it, it may take you back. But if they come back and say, I really didn't know I was doing that, and I'm really going to try to work on that. See, I can work with that. But somebody to say, oh, I'm sorry you think of it that way, I
Right,
can't work with that. Mm.
right.
Yeah.
And that means they don't acknowledge it.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
don't think they have a problem.
Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to what I'm learning is the older that I am getting is that the people who really want to be around you, they will be. One thing that I don't do anymore is beg people.
Hmm.
I don't I stop I do that. I think I stopped that about maybe right after my mom and dad were going. Like, what you shouldn't have to fight for people to spend time with you and to
No.
listen to you and to support you. I just start pulling away and pulling away until I just eventually disappear, because
Right,
it's just
right.
like your time is too precious. To me, time is one of the most precious commodities, that somebody is taking moments out of their busy day to think about you. And if you
Mhm.
don't think that that's important enough for you to give that back, then you don't deserve my time either.
Right,
That's just how
right.
I feel.
And you can't buy people either. You know,
Hmm.
I learned that as a child. If you had candy or something on the yard, and you think that person's gonna be your friend because you have candy. No, I learned that a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, there are. See, and another powerful thing that I've learned too is that people understand and realize a person who's going somewhere, or a person who has potential, and people sometimes try to go around you so that they can pull away and try to be like you. But nobody can duplicate the original.
Hmm.
Nobody can be me. Nobody can be Kim or Shay or Mary or Terrence or Mike or anybody who is in this chat. Nobody can be you. And the more that I had to learn that within myself. I had to learn to convince myself that I'm okay. Okay with being who I am. I'm okay with everything, my
You better
backstory,
be, because
and who
God
I
made
am.
you that way, and He
Yeah,
doesn't make mistakes.
yeah.
Hmm.
But I had to learn, I had to believe that. See, we
Yes,
say all
ma'am.
the time, I hear people say, "Oh, I love myself," but when they go through obstacles and challenges, they allow themselves to get down. If you really believed in yourself, no matter what hits you and targets you, you keep your energy or your light up.
Mm.
And I had to learn that for myself. Even when things come back at me, nobody should stop your smile.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I'm learning that. Thank you so much, Mary B. That's what I had to learn for myself, is like before, every time like somebody would make me mad and I was ready to get mad back to them. And one day God told me no. He said, don't bring your light and your power down because they're down. You elevate. And what I learned is that I had to learn to emulate. I want people to look at me and see God in me.
Hmm.
And my version of God, everybody has different religions and different beliefs, but I believe that because I trust him so much, no
Hmm.
matter what you do, what you say, what other people do and say, it's not going to stop my light.
There it is. Hmm.
Yeah. And that's
Hmm.
where I had to be too. That's where
Excellent.
and I think it takes time to get there. As a woman, you know, one day I'll talk about all the challenges that can happen with a woman, but I had to get there eventually, and you got to go through all of those cycles, from a child, your inner child, your traumas and this and that.
Hmm.
But I'm finally at a place in my life that no matter what tries to come in and hit me and target me,
Hmm.
I never stop my smile.
That's beautiful.
Never. And I'm glad that I'm in a place. It's taken so long. Right now, I'm in my 40s, and I've finally come to a place where I don't allow other people to bring down my energy. I don't.
Hmm.
I
Right,
don't
because
allow it anymore.
sometimes they'll try to do it on purpose, but some people aren't even aware of it. You
Yeah,
know.
I know a lot of people, because if you're miserable with yourself, you try to make other people miserable. But at a certain point, when people come at me with something, like I'll say, "Are you having a bad day?" And I'll say, "I'm sorry you're having a bad day, but I'm not going to allow you to take it out on me." And I'll leave.
I like
And
that.
yeah, yeah, I tell people that all the time at my job. They know I don't play. I tell
Mhm.
them. I said, "Honey, are you having a bad day?" And they're like, and they look at you kind of taken back. And then I have to say, "I'm sorry you're having a bad day, but don't take it out on me because my
Mhm.
spirit doesn't like it."
Mhm. I like it. I
My
like
spirit,
it.
my spirit says, "Get back."
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it takes maturity and it takes courage to say that, even to a management. I had
Mhm.
to say, I don't need you watching me. I said, because Marlene's always going to do the right thing. I don't
Oh, you go
need
to
you.
the third person, Marlene, huh?
Yeah, I don't need you micromanaging. I don't know. No, we don't. She doesn't need
Yes.
that, because every time I come in, Marlene's going to be doing what she needs to do. Yeah.
Oh, oh, there it
So
is.
go and check somebody else who's standing around the water cooler. Goodbye. Mhm.
No
Yep, I said it.
micromanaging for
Yeah.
me. Right, right.
I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl.
Mm-mm.
They know. Don't say, please leave Marlene alone. They know on my job. Yeah, go. Don't come around
But
me
they
with the
can't say
drama.
anything about you because you get your work done.
No. What can you do? What can you do? And I said people may not like you, but one thing I will never not allow is I will never let people disrespect me. You may not like me, but you're going to respect me or you're going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. There's only two options.
Mm-hmm.
Respect me or leave.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Yep. Not and I know I understand it takes time for everybody to step into that place. It takes time and it takes courage to stand up and be a strong woman or a strong man. Yeah.
Well, sometimes that person may be the aggressor, and they don't even realize just how sick they are, just how unhappy they are, as you say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to say that and let people say, I'm the manager. And I said, yes, you may be the manager, but you need to work on your customer service skills.
Mm-hmm.
It needs improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking at me. I'm looking at her like, I'm not backing down what I'm saying.
I'm
Tell me
doubling
what I
down.
said wrong.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk down to me because you're a manager.
That's
We're
right.
not doing that on
That's right.
any
That's
day.
not respectful. That's right.
I'm not a child. So sometimes management, because they have children, they talk to you like you're a child.
Yeah. I've experienced that,
No,
and I have
ma'am.
to let the person know. No, we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that. And and sometimes when they'll say something, I'll look around and I'll tap somebody else and say, they have to be talking to you. Excuse me.
Are you talking to me?
I said, because she's
All
not
I had to do
talking
was
to
have
you.
your mother pop up in there like, oh, no. If she said that to me, I know you're going to get it. You're going to put some respect on my name.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so true, Shay. Right. Being a manager doesn't mean you're above me, human wise.
Absolutely.
Because I don't play that.
Okay.
I spent so many times like in jobs and I would leave and quit a job because a manager was making it unbearable. And now I say if I like my job, if anybody's going to leave, it's going to be the management. I
That's
had to
right.
learn
Oh,
that
they're
you
going to
can
change.
report. Every manager has a manager.
Yeah.
I'm not going nowhere because you're unbearable. I'm going to be
Mhm.
right here doing my thing, but you're going to go. Not me.
Mhm.
So, what do you, any last words that you want to say, Kim?
I am good. I enjoyed this conversation. I'm so glad that I caught you while you were on today. I was just doing a little straightening up.
Yeah. Are you going live today?
Yes, I'm going live today at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I was
Okay.
preparing for that.
Awesome.
And I'm just so excited that the sun was out today because it snowed a lot in my area,
No,
and the sun is out, so it's melting. I know you don't know anything about that,
I know
Marlene.
nothing about snow. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. The only thing you know about snow is the frost in the ice cream section in the freezer.
That's all I know when I open up the fridge and be like, ooh, cold in here. Close that door.
So I have on my sweatpants and I have on a top, and then I have a sweatshirt over it, and I'm good. So what is nice to have the sun peek out because it's trying to mess up again like it's winter, and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna have snow probably or the cold for March and maybe into April, and then when we get to May, then we'll get warm again.
Yep.
But thank you for having me up. I appreciate it, and I always enjoy talking with you.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Kim.
Okay, bye-bye, honey.
Bye. And I just wanted to say, everybody who came into the chat today. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. And I always love Open Panel Wednesday. I'm hoping next week is not as dramatic on Open Panel Wednesday. I hope not. I'm going to try to see if I can set up my live stream and do some things and look at some stuff. Hey, Anthony, I'm just about to get off. CC says, where do you live where it's snowing? I am in Chicago. Oh, Kim is in New York. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this talk. And anybody who's going through something in your life, no matter what it is, your kids, your maybe friendships, your family, on the job, financially, health-wise, no matter what you're going through, don't let anything stop you from loving yourself. Don't let anything get you down. Know your power, know your worth, know that you are somebody important and very special. Know it, receive it, and believe it. I am Marlene, and I am the content creator for Life with Marlene. And on this channel, I do vlogs. I take y'all along on my travels. And I also do the Open Panel Wednesdays. And coming very soon, I'm going to be having some other topics and discussions with other awesome vloggers. So if you are a vlogger and you'd like to be on the Vlogger Highlight, let me know in my Instagram. I'll see you guys on the next one. And if you're watching on the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section below. And for all of you who are watching my playlist, thank you all for watching my playlist. We are, I believe, at 1,200 hours watch time, 1,200 watch hours. We're on the road to 4K. We'll get there. Thank you so much for your support and your love. See you on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.